Alright guys, what's going on? I'm gonna hit you with a little different video tonight. I got a special studio guest here this Thursday evening. And we're gonna start off, you know how we do in Chicago. We got that Jeppson's Malort. And we're gonna do a little warm-up shot of this bad boy. It's a nice cold day here in Chicago. Cheers.
Jesus Christ, it's cold.
We got Sexy Mike in here. You know him from such gameplays as Slivers Smash Everybody and Slivers Smash Everybody yet again.
True.
That's how it bees. Alright, so we hit you a little deck with a little different video. We got a couple different ideas here. A couple different topics we're going to go over. So we're going to start off with just some cards that you may not play, you may not know about, you may not ever consider. If you look on an EDH rec, it doesn't say put it in my deck, so you don't do it. My card right here is going to be Mask of Memory. It's from, I believe, originally the Commanders series. I don't know if it might be from somewhere else. I don't know, but that's where I first found it. It is, I'll put it up in the little box right there at the post screen. It's a 2-cost equipment, and it reads, whenever a equipped creature deals damage to a player, you may draw 2 cards, and if you do, discard a card. I run it in Sir Gwyn. I ran it in when I had my Calumny deck. You run it in any kind of like creature deck, any kind of equipment deck, or any kind of Voltron deck, just because 9 times out of 10 you'll be playing like aggressive colors like Boros, things of that nature, and you need the card draw. And if you're playing those colors, chances are you're going to have double strike. You can drawing 4 cards, discarding 2 goes pretty deep in a deck in colors that traditionally don't have that much drawing power. That's why I like it. Check it out. I think it's in like 1% of decks on EDH rec, and just give it a go. Even if it's it's an on-budget card more than anything too.
I mean, I really like that card too. In fact, it's in all of the Voltron decks that I've ever made. Whether it was Earl, Danitha, like it's just a really good draw. And I mean, it's super cheap. It's like 1 to cast, 2 to equip.
Yeah, 2 to cast, the other way around, 2 to 1. 2 to cast.
I mean, that's dirt cheap,
yeah.
And you're getting budget, or you're getting a lot of work out of it.
Oh, 100%. It's never disappointed me.
No, not at all. The pet card that I picked is Dormant Sliver.
Yeah.
And I love slivers. That's one of my favorite creature types, and it's actually been a thing that I fell in love with them from hating them first. So I really like Dormant Sliver.
Can't beat them, join them.
No, not at all. So all slivers have Defender, and when this card comes into play, draw a card. It's a 2/2 for 4. 2 colorless and 2 generic, and a green and a blue. And when you're playing slivers, everyone's really gunning out for you, because that's the thing. It's like there's three types of people who play Magic: people who like slivers, people who hate slivers, and people who don't know what slivers are. So Dormant Sliver does a really good job of that political play of like, I can't attack with any of these creatures. They're not harmless at all.
This guy know what he's doing?
Exactly. But all the while, you're drawing cards and building your army much faster. In certain decks where the idea is just to go infinite with a queen, like this will help you get there real quick. And then pitching it is very easy too. You can either sack it or bounce it back to your hand. Like there's plenty of ways to get rid of this card and then just unleash hell upon your opponents.
Yeah, I imagine you probably have some. If you're gonna play that card, you're gonna pack your deck with ways to get rid of it. I mean, what's the one that lets you sack silvers, and the one that can you sack one for mana?
Yeah, so there's one where you can sack for 2 colorless. There's one where you can sack it for 3 and destroy target permanent. You found out that.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
And then there's also Hibernation Sliver, which just simply bounces it back to your hand for a shock. Like, that's not bad at all. No. And then on top of it, it's back in your hand. It's not the graveyard, so you can play it out again if you needed to. Yeah, really solid card. I honestly think it belongs in any kind of combo sliver deck.
You would be the one to know. How many sliver decks do you have?
I have 2 sliver decks. I've got a Queen and a Hive Lord.
Yeah, we were talking about it before we started filming, and I was going to make a joke sliver deck a couple months ago with all the strictly bad slivers. And then I saw that all the sliver commanders were pretty much $25 or $30 each, and I said, I'm not buying that expensive of a joke.
They're really expensive, and in fact, Sliver Queen, the first one that I ever got, I found in a garage sale. Just someone selling their kid's collection or something, and there was a Sliver Queen in there, so pretty happy about that $4 buy. Card was $60 at the time. Now it's like around 100.
Is it really 100?
Yeah.
Jesus H. Christ, that's silly. Yep.
So, you want to talk about deck types now?
Well, I'm gonna go with my favorite deck to play right now. I have a very specific style of Magic, and I think that anybody who's played with me for a long time, like Mike, can attest to. I like big dumb creatures. I like drawing a lot of cards, and I like swinging for face. That's really how I play. It's gonna be Kestia, the Cultivator, aka the girl that can't be single. It's more effective to play this deck with Tuvasa, the Sunlit, as commander, but it's not as fun for me. With Tuvasa in charge, you get consistent card draw every time you play your first enchantment, but Kestia just says whenever an enchantment creature or enchanted creature attacks, you draw a card. So chances are you're going to be drawing 3, 4, 5 cards a turn, which is something I like, but then you're also going to be swinging for dumb face with cards like Whitewater Naiads. Whenever you cast an enchantment, target creature becomes unblockable. Well, shit, this is an enchantment, it's 4/4, draw a card. That's also an enchantment, so chances are you'll be doing all sorts of enchantment things like Nihilia's Colossus. Whenever an enchantment comes into play, double creatures, target creatures' power and toughness. And then we got cards like Alhamrat's Archive. Every time you draw the second card per turn, you draw an additional one. And then, since you draw so many cards, you got Azusa. Fantastic card. And it's fun because I play, it's not as optimal as it should be. I play a lot of bestow creatures. And I like it just because you can Wrath, and then I'll still have things on the board, and chances are I'll be able to cast Kessie again. But that's why I like it. It's big, it's dumb, it's pretty fast, and it draws you a lot of cards. That's the way I like to play.
Yeah, I mean, everyone likes swinging for the roof. Like, hitting someone for 21 commander damage feels so good. I mean, that's why I only have roughly about maybe 6, 7 decks at a time. Because I don't want to thin them out too much. Like, I've only got a limited collection of so many cards. And so one of the deck types that I like to keep in rotation is a Voltron deck. Right now, my Voltron deck is a Danitha Caspian.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, two generic, 1 white, Human Knight, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, and Ors and Enchantments cost 1 less. And a 2/2 at that. That's really, really good.
A lot
package.
of keywords, a lot of things.
Yeah, but in a Voltron deck, you need to have a way to keep them untapped, and you're going to be taking damage because you only got 1 blocker. That lifelink is so nice.
Yeah.
And then basically the way that you build this deck is you just try and give more routes of invasion and pump, and as much utility as you can slam into it as well. Before I had Danitha, my go-to was Earl. And Earl he gets so big so quickly because he's got that buff. Whenever you put an aura on him, he gets an extra 2/2 on top of whatever the aura gives him.
Racer X used to play that for a hot second when we first started playing EDH.
Yeah?
It was strictly one of the most frustrating things you could play against.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
That was the first, that deck is the first time I ever killed someone in turn 5. Turn 5, bam, took down 1 person, killed the 2nd person, 3rd person killed me, but
hey,
oh man.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. No, that's all right. That's why like you said, Voltron decks are almost like a glass cannon, where you better hope they don't have removal, so you just go hit them all down the line, but chances are they're going to come for you. Once someone sees you take somebody out through turn 3, they know that you're the one to go for.
Yep.
Well, all right, guys. What do you think of this? We're just talking. We're just chatting about Magic cards on a Thursday night. Got a little Malort, got a little old style. You know how it is. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Did you want to see more videos like this? What do you think about our deck techs? What do you think about the gameplays? Let me know. I mean, I literally just do this in my spare time to keep myself out of trouble. So, let me know what you want to see. All right, guys. Take care.
GMGC.